Today, we're going to talk about something you might not think about every day, but it's absolutely crucial. We're talking about a silent guardian in North India, the one thing standing between a thriving region and, well, a potential ecological disaster.
Okay, just for a second, picture this with me. Imagine a huge part of North India just completely dried up, a land that's been totally starved of rain.
Now in this place, think about those lush, fertile plains that feed millions of people. Imagine them starting to crack, dry up, and then slowly but surely just turning into useless, barren sand. And to top it all off, imagine these massive, choking dust storms are just a normal part of life, swallowing up entire cities like Delhi, making it impossible to breathe. Now this isn't some sci-fi movie plot, it's a very real possibility.
So what is it? What's the one thing that's standing in the way of all that? What's preventing that nightmare from becoming the reality for hundreds of millions of people right now?
Well, the answer is an ancient, silent guardian that has been on watch for longer than we can even comprehend. The Aravalli Hills. This mountain range, believe it or not, is the unsung hero of this entire story. To really get why they're so important, we have to go back in time, and I mean way, way back. We're talking about a history that makes even the dinosaurs seem like they were just here yesterday.
I mean, just look at this number, 1.5 billion years. Let that sink in. That's when the Aravalli Hills were born, back when the Earth's crust was still cooling down. This makes them one of the oldest fold mountain ranges on the entire planet.
This timeline really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? The Aravallis were already ancient when the very first dinosaurs started roaming the Earth. And the Himalayas? The huge, mighty Himalayas, they're basically geological toddlers in comparison, only starting to form about 50 million years ago.
You know, right from the start, these were never just mountains. They were life givers. Ancient civilizations literally grew up in their shadow, getting water from the rivers they fed. The hills gave them protection from crazy weather and supported these amazing, dense forests full of wildlife. They even guided the earliest trade routes.
But here's the thing. That job as a protector isn't just ancient history. The Aravallis are still a living, breathing shield, doing incredibly important work for India right now, every single day. Probably their most important job is acting as a physical barrier. Seriously, you can think of them as the Great Wall of India. On one side, you've got the huge Thar Desert. With the Aravallis, they stop the desert sand. They protect all that fertile farmland. But if you take them away, you're looking at a desert that just keeps growing and a total collapse of agriculture. That nightmare scenario we started with, it becomes terrifyingly real.
But they don't just block sand, they also provide water. The forests that cover the hills act like a giant natural sponge. When the monsoon rains come, they soak it all up, letting that water seep slowly and deeply into the ground. This recharges the underground aquifers that feed the wells, lakes, and rivers for millions of people.
So if we break down their main jobs, it looks something like this. A huge 40% of their importance is just being that desert barrier. Another 30% is all about water security. But they do other stuff too, like helping to control the climate by keeping temperatures in check and being a vital home for all kinds of wildlife, animals like leopards and hyenas.
Okay, so this is where our story, unfortunately, takes a pretty dark turn. After protecting this land for 1.5 billion years, this ancient guardian is now facing its biggest threat ever. And that threat, well, it's us.
The threats come in a lot of forms, but they all lead back to human activity. Every single act of illegal mining, every forest that's cut down to build more stuff, it all has a direct and honestly a disastrous consequence. We're not just chipping away at some old rocks, we're literally making the desert bigger, reducing rainfall, and poisoning our own water supply.
And let's make this really personal for a second. That choking pollution that hits Delhi and other cities in the north, that's not some random event. It's directly connected to the weakening of the Aravalli shield. As the hills get worn down, their ability to block desert dust and clean the air gets weaker and weaker.
So that brings us right here to a critical crossroads. The future isn't set in stone. We are standing at a point where we have a very real choice to make, a choice between two completely different futures for North India.
And these are the two paths in front of us. It's pretty stark. On one side, if we actually protect the Aravallis, we get climate protection, we get water security, cleaner air, basically a future where people can live well. On the other side, if we let the destruction continue, we're looking at insane temperature spikes, terrible water shortages, and permanent damage to the environment. The stakes just could not be higher.
I think this quote just says it all.
For an amount of time that's basically impossible to imagine, this mountain range has protected the land. Now, the tables have turned. It's our turn. It's our job to protect them.
And let's be crystal clear about this. This is not just about saving the environment or being an activist. This is about self-preservation. This is the simple, essential act of protecting our own future, our water, our food, and the very climate we all need to survive.
So I'm going to leave you with this final, very stark thought. It's a simple equation, really, but with a devastating result. If this ancient guardian, this silent shield, is allowed to fall, India is the one that will pay the ultimate price. The only question left is, what are we going to do to stop that from happening?